Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a company that I think is making a huge impact in the gut health department. They're called Viome. What Viome is a gut intelligence test that tests your poop and tells you exactly what you should and shouldn't be eating in order to have a tip-top gut. So I first came across Viome at the start of 2018 when I was in my most dire gut state. And I took the test in March of 2018, and I can't tell you how alarming the results were in terms of the state of my gut, the level of inflammation in my gut, and also finding out that I had a parasite. With the Viome test results, in the app, they show you a complete list of the bacteria in your gut. Back then, they would show you the activity of that microbe. These days it's just the name of the microbe. So at the time in my list of eukaryotes, I had 2 strains of Blastocystis hominis, which is a very nasty parasite. That was kind of the root cause of a lot of my gut issues. So I did my own parasite cleanses and got tested again in August of that year. I was tested through my physician at the time and it came back still positive. Although I do think I was making some headway because a lot of my symptoms were getting better after implementing these recommendations from Viome. So I took another Viome test in September of 2018 to see where I was at with my results. I had implemented the recommendations for, at least 6 months, and I was eager to see if I still had the parasite. I was eager to see whether my inflammation was down and how everything else fared. So I got the test results back and everything was like in the green, besides a few things, but all in all I was pretty happy with the results. You could see the vast improvement from, earlier that year, 6 months of work, and where I was at then. Since then, it's been a year, a whole year, so I was going off those recommendations for an entire year, which I let it lag a little bit. I do think that 3 to 6 months of implementing these strategies and recommendations that we should continue to get tested to see where we're at. The microbes in our gut are forever changing, and what was on my avoid list last year is actually on my superfood list now, and vice versa even. So the results this time around are super interesting and kind of were indicators and confirmed a lot of what I was feeling the last few months in terms of my gut health. But yeah, I'm going to jump on the app and I'm going to show you guys exactly how it looks, and it'll show you as well a graph of where I started, where my test was last year, and then how I am now. So first up we have the recommendations. These are your food recommendations, supplement recommendations, what you should be avoiding, what you should be eating a lot of. So what I love about Viome is it doesn't just tell you what you shouldn't eat. It tells you what you should eat somewhat, every other day. It tells you what you should enjoy. It tells you what your superfoods are. So, for example, my avoid list: almonds, bell pepper, coffee, hemp hearts, kefir, pepino melon, pistachios, sauerkraut, tomato, and yogurt from cows. This is super interesting because I was eating a ton of tomatoes. I love bell pepper. Sauerkraut, I was eating so much of it because I thought sauerkraut is a fermented food and it's great for your gut health, but for me personally, it's something I should avoid. So the reason they say this is because of what's going on in your gut. So for example, bell pepper. It tells you exactly, why bell pepper should be on your avoid list. It gives you an outline of, if there's a particular virus in your gut, why that would cause inflammation if you were to eat bell pepper, that kind of thing. So you're not just told not to eat it and not told why. The thing with a lot of food viruses, the way they work, if you have a certain virus, like the mild mottle pepper virus, if you eat a bell pepper and that virus is in your stomach, it attacks that plant, so that's then going to cause inflammation in the gut. So the key is to really reduce inflammation. So those are my avoids. Next we have minimize. So these are foods that I shouldn't be like consuming a ton of, like every day, every meal, but maybe every other day. And I spoke to the guys at Viome and they did say one of the biggest misconceptions about the minimize list is that people think that they need to avoid these foods when that's not true. You just need to be mindful of how much you're eating of them, but still continue to eat them, but just in a varied sense and chopping and changing from the list that I've given you. So mine are beet greens, black tea, bok choy, breadfruit, cane sugar, cassava, cauliflower, coconut water, couscous, dates, grapes, green tea. I mean, the list goes on. Kale. I was eating kale every single meal. Lychee, maple syrup, plantains, pomelo, rhubarb, rice milk, salt, spinach. Yeah. So super interesting list there. But what I love is also seeing the foods that I can enjoy, the foods that I can really eat a lot of all the time. And those are my superfoods. So you see here, these are a lot of foods that I love, so I love to see these. Artichoke, avocado, banana, black-eyed peas, bone broth from mammals, Brussels sprouts, egg yolks, I love my eggs, garlic, ginger, hazelnuts, lamb, lentils, olives, oregano, pumpkin, pumpkin seeds, radicchio, sage, salmon, spirulina, sunflower seeds, sweet potato, tarragon, turkey, turmeric. I mean, that list is pretty good. So those are my superfoods, and then in addition, my enjoy. And then there's a ton of foods there, you can see. What I love about this as well is the variety of foods that they have in there. There's hundreds and hundreds of foods, and you know, I tend to stick to my safe foods, the foods that I kind of know how to cook, the things that I see like generally at the supermarket. But seeing these foods and seeing like, oh, I can enjoy chayote squash, I've never had that before. So in order to like build up a really strong gut microbiome, eating a varied amount of food, like fruits and vegetables, that's gonna like support that. So things like chestnuts and chervil and chicory root, clams I never ate, and I should be enjoying those. So this is kind of like giving me a great foundation to really kind of like go out there and look for things that are outside my food comfort zone. Now you can see here there are supplement guidelines. So these tell you exactly what kinds of probiotics are going to be good for your gut. I haven't been taking this particular strain. It's telling you exactly what kind of strain is going to be good for your particular gut, as well as what digestive enzymes you should be looking for and what polyphenols you should be looking for. So I think that's really targeted, and I think that also takes the guesswork out of probiotics, because not all probiotics have the same strains. Alright, so now on to my more targeted results. This is interesting because I think I know why it's like this. Let me get into it. So my metabolism pathways. So it gives you a little rundown of what that means. It says it needs improvement. So what I can do is go into score details. It has a video that talks about that particular parameter, and then it also shows me what I'm faring like in terms of my prior test results. So as you can see, it's gone way down, which is not a good thing. And then things like my inflammatory activity is average. These are based off of science and where your gut should be. So obviously average needs improvement. So does, the red. You want everything to be in the green. So my inflammatory activity, my score details, gives you more of a focused rundown. And then it shows me where I started, which was in the red, and I've gone up, but I've gone a little bit down as well. So the green is where it's been its highest, and that's got the date of when I had the test, and then the red is where it was at its lowest, and that was the first time I took the test. So between the first time and the second time that I took the test, all of my results went up. Since I took the test a year ago, I haven't been focusing a lot on like really nourishing my gut, and obviously I've been eating a lot of foods that I shouldn't have been, not knowing that my gut has kind of evolved over the year. I think that, you know, adding these recommendations in the next, I think, 6 months, I'm hoping that those test results are going to go back up. So, you know, things that are in the good, my digestive efficiency, intestinal barrier health, protein fermentation, and sulfite gas production pathways, those are really great, which is always good to see. You've got some more in-depth videos here that talk about, they've got testimonials, talking about food sensitivity tests, gut intelligence testing, and then the meat of it. As per the title of this video, I got a parasite test done to see where I was at with the blasto at the start of the year in April. I got that done through my doctor, who was a different doctor to the one that I got done last time. Funnily enough, the test that I got done last time was through free health insurance, so it was a free test. And the one that I got done this year was through a much more expensive health insurance. We pay a good premium, and it wasn't a cheap test. It came back completely clear. At the time, I was like, amazing, parasite's gone, hallelujah, I can move on with my life. But then in the back of my head, I was thinking, it seems a little bit fishy, because it almost seems a little bit too good to be true, because I know what blasto is like, and I know how hard it is to get rid of. The amount of messages I've gotten from you guys about you having blasto and how hard it is to get rid of. Something inside of me was like, I don't believe them. I think I still have it. Even though most of my symptoms are pretty much gone. You know, my energy is back. I'm not gassy anymore. My food cravings are like down. My skin's looking good. You know, everything is kind of like lining up. But I always thought, I'm gonna get my Viome test results soon, and that will tell me if this thing is gone or not. Lo and behold, I still have it. So what the frick are these doctors telling me that I don't have this parasite when it's very clear that I do, and it's very clear that in the past you can detect these things through a parasite test. So I would love to know why I'm not going to name names, but a very esteemed healthcare center in Los Angeles would be giving out false information. So I'm going to go back into, let me show you actually. So this is the list of bacteria. The keys are on the left, so you've got, you know, bacteria, which you don't need to go into depth with this stuff. The only thing I was really looking at was eukaryotes, because they can be parasites. So the Blastocystis hominis, 2 strains of that. The one at the bottom I'm still looking into. It's actually a type of probiotic, so I'm a little confused about that. But I'm going to look more into that, because it's a type of fungus that can get out of hand. So what I'm going to do is also get like what's called the organic acids test, which tests for yeast overgrowth and any like fungal overgrowth as well. But yeah, that's the test. I can't tell you guys how amazing it is to be able to like know exactly what's going on inside of your gut and make, you know, the correct decisions when it comes to eating fruits and vegetables and other foods as well. It just completely takes the guesswork out. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for you guys to check out Viome for yourself. They're on sale right now for $129 per test, and they're available in many countries around the world, including Australia, I think Canada, Germany, a few others, as well as the US. So yeah, if you guys, you know, have been guessing about what you should and shouldn't be eating, or you feel like something's not agreeing with you, you feel like you're bloated all the time, I would highly suggest this test. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the test or my experience, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.